Hello, this is a short video just to demo some of the new features the Jadu XFP team have been adding to XFP in our latest release, which was Continuum 7. The first of these is antivirus scanning on file upload questions on front-end forms. And for this you'll need to have your server configured with CLAM antivirus, which your system administrator should be able to do. It's a free open source virus scanner. It works on both LAMP and WISP, so it's ideal for using on forms. If we have a look at this form, you can see I've got a simple file upload question. There's nothing unusual here, and because this server has been configured for virus scanning, if I view this live and choose a slightly suspicious file for the upload, when I click next, I'll get an error to say this file seems to be malicious and we've not uploaded it. In practice, we've removed it from the file upload control and removed it from the server, so we've deleted any threat that might remain. However, if I upload a clean text file, we can proceed through the form as normal. The behaviour hasn't changed for files that don't contain malicious content. The second feature we've added in this release is changes to calculation questions and how they display on forms. So if we have a look here, we've got a form with a couple of pages. The first page has a calculation which just evaluates to 20, and a second calculation which is the first plus 10. So this would evaluate to 30. And then on the second page, I've got a third calculation which just adds the calculations from the previous page together. So if I view this form live, usually what would happen is you just get two blank fields until you click the calculate buttons, but we've changed this now to improve the user experience somewhat, so you see the values pre-populated. We can calculate the first because we know the numerical value, and we can calculate the second because we know the value of the first, and we can add 10 to it to give us 30. Similarly, this works across pages, so you can take advantage of previous answers in calculations on later pages, and they will also load when the page does. So you can see here that we've automatically calculated 50, which is the previous two calculations added together. You can click the calculate button still, and it's now just not required because the calculation loads itself in. For some calculations it still might be. For instance, if you're providing a user with questions and then having a calculation on the same page, so as the user fills in they can then reach the calculation and press calculate, the button will still be needed in those instances, but we're now trying to improve the experience where we can by pre-filling questions we know the answers to. The third and final feature I'd like to demo in this video is changes to the list view of internal forms. So if we have a look here at the standard list view, you can see that this particular user admin has 3 internal forms that they can fill in, a mixture of category 1 forms and category 2, as you can see in the categories assigned. That's because this user has view all content permissions on their administrator privileges page, whereas if we have a look at another user, say this test user, they can only view within assigned categories, and they only have category 2 assigned. So if I was to sign out and sign back in with this user, then if we go to internal forms, you can see that form 1 has disappeared because that was only assigned to category 1, and this admin can't see category 1. It can see form 3 because that's just assigned to category 2, which is this admin's category, and it can also see form 2 because category 2 is one of the assigned categories for that form. One thing worth noting here is that you can now use the tick boxes at the bottom of admin privileges alongside this restrict by category feature to create users who can only fill in a subset of internal forms. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. We'll release another video in a couple of weeks to detail the exciting new features that will be in Continuum 8.